What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler. The stupidest thing just happened. I recorded this whole entire video that we are about to go over, literally this video, and essentially it only recorded about the first minute of what I said. So we are remaking this video. Show some love, hit that like button for me, consider subscribing to the channel, and let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this information after you do watch this video. So we're going to talk about a couple things. Most importantly, Bank of America has been illegally shorting AMC stock. We have to break down this whole article. I think there's a lot of valid points that you guys need to know, and this is big information talking about a potential bankruptcy of Bank of America, and some analysts are saying a 75% chance of a bankruptcy is coming. So who knows? Only time will tell on that, but a lot of great information you guys need to know in this. Also, we are going to be going over this No Time to Die eyes 100 million domestic box office opening. Let's go ahead and read the key points, jump into this video. I don't want to waste any more time. So it says the first one, No Time to Die is on pace to top 100 million at the domestic box office during its debut this weekend. No other film released during the COVID pandemic has surpassed this benchmark. And finally, Venom Let There Be Carnage, which debuted over the weekend, holds the pandemic era record for highest box office opening with 90.1 million. So this will break a record. I believe this will be close to becoming the highest or the top grossing movie of all time in the month of October. So this is really proving a lot of the naysayers wrong that have been very bearish on the movie theater industry. A lot of short sellers of AMC are a part of this group of naysayers for the movie theater industry, and what the numbers are showing us is that is simply not the case. People are going back to theaters. There is a want to go watch movies in theaters, or I should say there is a demand to watch movies in theaters. So that is what you guys need to know from that. That does open this next upcoming weekend. Also, a tweet from Adam Aron says, new press release from AMC Theaters. Venom and Bond let us set records from our highest grossing weekend since the pandemic hit in 2020. Some 3.9 million visited our theaters globally. You know my thoughts on Sage's predicting demise of cinemas. Choke on that, baby. Hashtag choke on that. Great things coming from AMC. You really can't be bearish on this company at this moment. At least, I mean, if anything, you can't be bearish on Adam Aron and what he is doing for the company, doing literally everything he can, but beating analysts' expectations, beating anybody's expectations, what they were going to do with the billions of cash they did raise. So that is what you guys need to know. Very great things coming out from AMC. If we weren't significantly red in the markets today, we probably would have seen a nice rally in AMC. So once the markets do kind of subside and die down that fear level, we should see a rally in AMC. Now, let's get into what you guys really clicked on this video for. Bank of America has been illegally shorting AMC stock. If you bank with Bank of America, chances are they've been using your hard-earned money to short AMC stock. Financial institutions have been shorting AMC stock all year, resulting in billions of dollars in losses. Bank of America also has a 75% probability of going bankrupt according to sources. The shorting of meme stocks could explain why the bank is currently facing liquidity issues. It says, don't need to know any of that. Bank of America is shorting AMC stock. Bank of America is on the list of the top 10 institutions shorting AMC stock. BOFA is known for being an untrustworthy bank for the people so it comes as no surprise. They've been cheating the system by demanding printed money from the feds to lend to short sellers. The insane part of this scheme is that almost everyone is a part of it. And as you guys can see right here, the top short seller of AMC is Simplex Trading. This next one that I can never say. And then third off is Citadel. But down here, Bank of America shares that were previously shorted was 134,400. Now the current shares that are sold short is 1,036,000. That is an increase of 671.4%. Why is Bank of America taking this big of a risk with other people's money? It is absolutely insane. It's about $58 million, but the problem is when AMC does squeeze, they're going to lose a substantial amount of money, but it does run a lot deeper than that. Let's continue on. A lot of the puzzle pieces seem to be connecting now. Boston and Dallas Fed Presidents Kaplan and Rosengren were fired due to investing in securities while playing a major role in creating monetary policy. Repos have been at all-time record highs this year. The Feds have been pumping so much money into the financial systems for banks and hedge funds to maintain margin requirements. Hedge funds have been over-leveraging their positions due to betting against retail investors who aren't giving up the fight for a fair market and a short squeeze play in their favorite meme stocks. Now, 34 of the largest banks are being required to hold $1 trillion in capital, enough to be able to loan mortgages and business loans during an economic downturn such as a recession. And that did happen on October 1st. It says, will banks margin call hedge funds to meet the new capital requirements as of October 1st, or will they default? Coincidentally enough, we have been selling off almost every day since October 1st. Weird coincidence maybe, or we are seeing these margin calls actually starting now. So hedge funds just got smaller. We're beginning to see financial institutions throw other institutions under the bus. Citadel began pointing fingers towards Robinhood during a rant on Twitter. I think very soon we're going to see banks do the same towards hedge funds. Will hedge funds be able to pay back banks? Someone has to pay back the over-leveraged debt they owe. What started from a Robinhood and Citadel scandal just climbed the hierarchy and is now involving both the banks and the feds. This could be the biggest financial scandal in history, which obviously, when you print this much money and basically give it out for free, there's going to be a lot of scandals. Everybody is involved in this. Kind of reminds you of a pyramid scheme, but let's continue on. Is America headed towards financial collapse? Janet Yellen just recently said there are issues relating to hedge funds and the possibility of leverage. They can trigger financial ruins. So we know that any chance of financial ruins in the markets is tied to over-leveraged hedge funds and financial institutions. Hedge funds have been borrowing money from both the banks and the feds. The feds weren't stopping over-leveraged institutions from borrowing money, but rather contributing to their needs and gaining from them, as seen with Kaplan and Rosengren. It seems leaders are washing their hands before these scandals continue to escalate. A substantial portion of Citadel's assets are held by Bank of America's clearinghouse, BAML. Powerful leaders are fleeing the crime scene. Who are the first to flee a sinking ship? Leave a comment down below if you know the answer to this one. Will Bank of America go bankrupt? Bank of America has a more than 75% probability score for bankruptcy via macro access. The fact is there is no path that can save over-leveraged institutions or short sellers betting against retail investors right now. The future of the short seller is grim. Unfortunately, that is true. Specifically when you do see those margin calls, it gets very ugly. Now, to make matters worse for the bank, retail investors are pulling their money out from the bank before things get a little more severe. In fact, one of my personal family friends just moved 98% of their money from BOFA into a brokerage account. Over-leveraged hedge funds and banks will be the cause of the next financial collapse. Something massive is coming very soon, and I know the community can feel it. I speculate paper hand sellers will soon re-enter the markets as the first wave of short sellers begin to close out of their positions. Something we have talked about many times is really what makes AMC so great, is that you're going to see a lot of FOMO, a lot of day traders that buy into the stock once the stock price does go up. Obviously, a lot of people get FOMO anyways, but especially if you aren't in AMC, you're going to get FOMO when shorts do start to cover, and you're going to buy back in, causing the price to go up even higher. Not recommended at all. Nothing on this channel is ever a recommendation. If I do something, that is, what I do. You should never copy it unless you are willing to lose money or make money, but that is the simple fact here. It says this momentum will only further complicate the state of emergency these financial institutions are currently in. So what happens if a bank goes bankrupt? If a bank goes bankrupt, the FDIC must collect and sell the assets of the bank and settle its debt. For AMC and GME shareholders, this means that all shares that were borrowed will finally get bought back. Heavily shorted stocks would skyrocket as over-leveraged debt is finally closed out. The result? MOAS, mother of all short squeezes. The momentum from billions of shares being bought back could push meme stocks to unprecedented numbers. Whether Bank of America goes bankrupt will depend on whether they file for bankruptcy protection or not. A short squeeze play is imminent, and there's no doubt financial institutions are preparing for it. Next section, the stock market is rigged. The stock market is a rigged game for the wealthy, as corporate execs can hide behind trading plans as they buy or sell stock, sometimes based on non-public information, aka insider trading. We're seeing this happening right now before our own very eyes. Fed Presidents Kaplan and Rosengren were using their power to mold regulation in theirs and their partners' favor. Bank of America has been a liquidity refuge for Citadel, allowing them to over-leverage their positions in heavily shorted stock without repercussions. We saw that that Robinhood executives sold AMC and GME stock right before halting trading back in January of this year. The Citadel scandal has been the talks all over Reddit and Twitter. Citadel and Robinhood had communication about which ticker symbols would be halted. The stock market is a device that has been created for the wealthy to leverage their wealth to build more wealth. The SEC has proven to have little to no power. Now, that doesn't mean retail investors don't have a chance at the market. Corporate execs simply have a much stronger edge. Our voice and DD have been very powerful tools in fighting corruption in the markets. We've been able to inform the public on what's been occurring, all while setting ourselves up for the immense short squeeze play. What a journey. Last but not least, the greatest transfer of wealth is commencing. I believe this scheme revolving shorting meme stocks is finally coming to a close. Empires are crumbling and new ones will rise. But before new ones rise, retail investors would have made history by beating the financial institution at its own game first. It seems more information is being revealed with each day that passes. I don't think retail investors have had an upper hand like this before, and unfortunately for short sellers, they're about to get burned again, this time for good. So this was very interesting. I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention. We won't know exactly what financial state Bank of America is in until we do see that earnings report that will come out here probably in the next coming weeks. Earnings season does officially kick off this week. Banks usually do go first, so I do believe banks report next week. That could be a huge catalyst for the markets overall to send them up higher or potentially down lower. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, drop that like on the video, consider subscribing to the channel. But everybody, let me know what you think about Bank of America and really what you think about this whole situation. Do you think they're going to go bankrupt? Do you think Citadel is going to go bankrupt? Just let me know. Your information, your opinion is valuable to me. As well as that, if you guys want to directly support the channel, link for public as well as the link for Webull down below in the description of this video, as well as a link for the buy and sell alerts. We make day trades, swing trades, long-term investments with stock options and or crypto. So definitely check that out. Very inexpensive. Anybody is financially able to join if they want to grow their knowledge and be a part of a great community like that one. So with all that being said, guys, that is going to conclude this video. I will see you in the next one.